What's up, guys? We had a very good stream today. We made a lot of money. For everyone that tuned into the live stream, for everyone that was in the Discord server, you guys made a ton of money today. It was really good. The market moved very fluidly because it was the first day of the week where we didn't have important news coming out at 10 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we had very important news coming out at 10 a.m. Today, I was saying that it was going to be a normal day. That's exactly what happened. The markets were very fluid. We made a lot of money. Nice. So now tomorrow morning, we have some more important news coming out at 8:30 a.m. pre-market. We have the unemployment rate and a few other things. Basically, expect some volatility pre-market. Watch the charts and see what's going on at 8:30. You can get this data on forexfactory.com. But aside from that, we're going to take a look at the SPY, the NASDAQ, the IWM, the dollar, the 30-year bonds, and we're going to talk about the reason why I wanted to go short on NVIDIA. All right, so let's get started with the video. All right, first of all, the main thing that is going to be driving the market is going to be the news that comes out tomorrow morning at 8:30, right? But this preliminary third quarter revenue miss out of AMD is basically like a 15% miss at least, right? From revenue, and that is very bad. We went short NVIDIA, right? And the reason for that was because I felt like the market was very weak. I'm going to explain why, but the thing that I saw that was very similar to basically this candle right here from September 21st, we had a big wick to the upside. We failed above major levels of resistance. We had a wick, and then we ended up falling down lower the next day. So I felt like we were going to get that same sort of setup. I felt like there was a lot of weakness out of the overall markets, but this is one of the main reasons why I want to do that. And then also NVIDIA was underperforming the overall market as well. So if the market did show a little bit of weakness, NVIDIA would show much more weakness. So I felt comfortable going short NVIDIA overnight for that. All right, so here's a chart of the SPY. My thought process with this is, especially since we're in a bear market, it makes sense to go short at resistance, but it doesn't make sense to go short at support. All right, so currently the SPY is very close to levels of support. We're holding this level of support. We made a bull flag. I normally would not be doing this, but I went short NVIDIA, right? But now just immediately with the SPY, right? The way that the SPY has moved up before in the past was whenever we had like a big strong movement, it was constant green candle, right? We saw a lot of green candles in the beginning of September. We saw a lot of green candles up here. But one of the only times, all right, let me just basically explain it in this way. So I don't think that the market has enough strength for us to consolidate above support and then break above, because that would, for this setup to work, where so currently we're making a bull flag, right? Very simply, this is a bullish pattern, right? Technically, we're holding above levels of support. Very simply, right? We're holding above this trend line. We're holding above 371. Very simply, right? Normally, it makes sense to go long at support. Basically, what we're doing right now is exactly what bulls want. We're consolidating at support, making a bullish structure without breaking levels of support, and that's perfect. But I don't think that the market has enough buying pressure, basically, to keep it stabilized above this and then break it up higher. It could, right? I could be completely wrong, but the reason for that is because, say for example, like funds, and you were trying to go short. You were trying to go short, for example, even if you got in at 375, right? All right, let me just. Where would be the upside target for this move to the upside? 385, 390? Are we going to see 430 off of this move? No, I don't think so. Are we going to see? We're definitely not going to see all-time highs or 430 again. We're probably not going to see 420 off of this move to the upside either. So where would be the upside target for this move to the upside? 385, 390, 395, right? let's just say it's 390. So if you were trying to go short at 375 to 380, right? You have about a 25 point reward. If you were going long at that, basically the risk reward at 375 favors bears. Because I would argue that it favors bears because the downside target is basically in line with the same reward to the upside target, but the overall momentum of the market is bearish. So if you get basically an even risk reward for the long and the short side, you should lean towards the momentum of the overall market immediately. So in the past few weeks, we clearly have very bearish momentum. Okay. And another thing that I really think that could end up happening is midterm elections happen in the beginning of November. This would be one of the perfect opportunities for them to, we basically have a few weeks to make new lows potentially. So if that can happen, and then the Fed is forced to step in because they want the Fed to step in so that it can boost, the chances of the Democrats and everyone to win the election, the midterm election, basically, right? So if they wait until towards the end, and the market continuing to fall is not good for Democrats. So if it does obviously continue to fall into the midterm elections, it would basically feel like, Republicans will basically have more ammo and be like, look at how terrible the market is doing while Biden is president, blah, blah, blah. So then it would it would be good for Republicans, and then that would be an opportunity for the market to bounce. But right now, that's what I would do, in my opinion. I mean, let's see. I mean, it's going to be really fun because if we do end up ripping to the upside, how much more can we end up ripping? It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what happens. But overall, I'm happy that we're in NVIDIA shorts. 8:30 a.m. We're going to see how news comes, but I really don't think that there's a lot more room to the upside. Even if it's 400, I don't think that's going to be sustainable. But in general, overall, we just have to keep scaling into longer term shorts. And so this is that for the SPY. Let's take a look at the rest of the indices. I mean, purely from a technical standpoint, this candle setup right here is basically something that you would want to go short. We broke above levels of resistance. We ended up wicking down and we closed with a red candle. That's something that you would basically go short with a stop loss at this, the high of the wick, right? And you could also see that the 20 exponential moving average is acting as clear resistance for the NASDAQ and clearly for the IWM as well. So same sort of concept. We wicked up. It just looks like a disgusting setup. So 8:30 a.m. we're going to see exactly what happens. But now when taking a look at the bonds didn't really do that much. They're continuing to fall lower. So it's not as much of a dramatic move below any major levels of support because we're still sort of consolidating down here. But it's basically at this point when the bonds start to consolidate between a range, the only true thing that will really cause a shift in the market is if the bonds end up breaking above levels of resistance or breaking above like major levels of support. And that's not really happening at the moment. And now when taking a look at the dollar, obviously the dollar is doing a little well, and that's why the market was basically falling as well. So the dollar in terms of the MACD looks like there's a lot of firepower here, but now we have to see, I mean, how much is this going to be sustained to the upside? This move is basically, in terms of technicals, is leading to a break of these highs. I don't know if they're going to allow that to happen so simply, but this next few weeks are going to be very, very interesting in terms of swinging. And hopefully NVIDIA remains red and we can come out of these shorts profitable, right? So there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like my video, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.